Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. As always, I got a lot to talk about, so I'm going to get straight to it. I got a Lance Malone impersonator here today, Chris Reeves. He's regional manager of Standard Supply. Of course, you know Lance Malone. He's a regular contributor here on The Price of Business. Does a great job, and now the pressure's on my friend Chris, and I've known Chris almost as long as I've known Lance. But you're not a Wildcat. You didn't go to ACU.
Oh, no.
We both went to ACU, Lance and I did, just at different times. But and that's exciting. This weekend, ACU Wildcats are going to be playing Houston Baptist University, and where my daughter-in-law went to school. So that will be a little family tension, but hey, it's all good. It'll all work out in the end. But Standard Supply, why don't you tell us the Standard Supply story real quick, and give the website. What is that? SSDHVAC.com. And tell us about Standard Supply and about your guests.
Thanks, Kevin. Standard Supply is a distributor of heating, air conditioning, refrigeration, and ventilation products. And we've been helping the best contractors in the state of Texas take care of their customers' HVAC needs and refrigeration needs since 1946. You can learn more about Standard Supply at SSDHVAC.com.
Very good. And your guests.
And today we are excited to have Craig Lane with Dave Lane AC. You can learn more about Dave Lane AC at davelaneair.com. Welcome, Craig.
Thank you.
Yeah,
good to be here.
Welcome to the program, and we're going to have you do some voice work before you leave, by the way, for us, with a voice like yours.
Sounds good.
We can use that, and I caught that instantly just when you were doing your mic check. Very impressive. Make me feel very small over here. But anyway, tell us a little bit about your company.
Our company's been in business since 1976. My father is actually Dave Lane. He started the business. I've been with the company since October of '89, so almost 25 years. Started as a helper, carrying a tool bag, graduated all the way up to sales and service manager.
Yeah. Congratulations. That's very, very cool. No pun intended. All right. So, what's your first question for us here, Chris?
Well, Craig, we're getting to that time of year when temperatures are cooling off and people quit thinking about their AC systems. Is there anything our listeners should be doing right now, even though they may not be using their systems much?
In the transition period, it's good to think about always changing your filters, of course. Getting in touch with your local contractor, Dave Lane Air Conditioning would be one of those, and giving them a call and getting on their list before it gets hot and heavy and gets too cold outside, and getting that furnace checked, especially for the safety of you and your family. Yeah,
it's a big transition. You talk about from basic physics, the problem of entropy. Stuff gets shut down for long periods of time, and particularly your things like your furnace, and I tell you, when it gets cold enough, and you certainly want to have that working, when it happens with your AC, you got those few months are off with your AC, but the furnace, for a lot of us, we haven't had the furnace running for 9 months, and so it's like, whoa, or 7 months, and so it just sits there, and it's never good just to sit there.
No, sir, it's not. No, you definitely want to have it checked.
Do you recommend people actually periodically, even during the year between, those cold spells, to run their system, their other system, just to remind it that it needs to keep working, or does that help?
It's okay, I guess, to go ahead and turn it on to make sure it's functional and comes on and runs and everything, but I would definitely have a professional come out and check that before you, because you've got gas and electricity and all that. Make sure you want to make sure that it's have somebody qualified checking that out for you.
A combustionable combination. Don't want that. Chris?
Speaking of the fall and the winter checkups, what type of tasks are performed during a maintenance visit at this time of year?
Like I said there again, you want to always make sure that all the gas connections are tight. There's no gas leaks, wiring connections, especially important on any of the gas furnaces there is a lot of carbon monoxide output. So you want to make sure that all your carbon monoxide detectors are up to date. Make sure they check out the heat exchanger, the burners. If you have a furnace that is still match lit, definitely you want to have it checked, because there's not very many of those left in the field. So getting those checked is very important.
What kind of costs is there involved in getting a system checked?
Our service call we charge $89 for us to come out and just do like a fall checkup. Like I said, we check the heat exchanger, gas connections, the flue pipe going out through the roof, the function of the thermostat, look over the ductwork. Make sure the coils are clean. A lot of people think that's not important in the wintertime season, but it is, because it can affect the heating operation too. So,
well, we've been talking about the residential side. What about the commercial side?
Commercial side is still definitely, very important to have that checked in the winter also. Even if it is electrical heat or heat pump, it's still a functional motor and it's running like it would in the summertime too. So you definitely want to have it checked also.
Yeah, no question about it. Let's give that website one more time, by the way.
It's DaveLaneAir.com.
DaveLaneAir.com. Doesn't sound that complicated, but apparently it's beyond my verbal skills. Very good. Okay, we got about time left for one last question. Do you want to also mention Standard Supply's website is ssdhvac.com. Why don't you wrap it up with a final question for us?
Well, Craig, let's educate the listeners. Do you offer a program for your customers that has Dave Lane perform regular maintenance for them? And tell us about it.
Yes, we do. We call it our Comfort Club. It's $150 for the first system and $100 for each additional system after that. But that includes your 2 checks per year, spring and fall. We come out. You also get a 10% discount on any kind of repairs, priority service. The girls in the office will give you a call for a reminder when it's time to have the system checked out. And like I said, priority service. If you call ahead of a customer that's not a Comfort Club customer, you will get priority service before them.
Love it. Sounds like great stuff. And thanks to both of you gentlemen for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
When we come back, much more for you here on The Price of Business. Do you want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. And this is The Price of Business.